Welcome friends to another Dune video. Today we examine Shigawire and its many uses in the Dune universe. It grows in only two places, on Salusa Secundus and Delta Kaising. The Shiga Vine is very common on both planets. It wins the ecological battle in both places because of its structure of metallic crystals of great tensile strength, i.e. its resistance to length-wise stress. Their size can vary from a diameter of 1 molecule thick to the size of 1/10 of a millimeter. For older vines, they can grow up to a kilometer in length. This perhaps indicates that, like fruit, they grow and can be taken, but will grow again, giving a measure of quality from certain vines. Shigawire has a broad number of uses. In the Imperium, the Sardaukar can wear them in their hair in coils, as Dune tells us. Coils so fine you can barely detect it, yet strong enough to garrote a man and cut off his head. So when in those deadly hands, they can be used for assassination or sabotage. Their less deadly but more common use is they can be used to record audio and images. Because it's metallic, it can hold an electric charge, and its crystal structure makes it a stable environment for this. So a spool of Shigawire, such as we see in the Duke of Caladan, can be used to record information, and it is popular. These film books early on were made from artificial Shigawire before the discovery of the vine. It is still popular at the time of the first Dune novel, where we see Paul use it to learn about Arrakis. The finest example, that is 1 molecule thick, is very popular among spies and secret couriers because it makes itself almost a foolproof way to deliver a message, though it is unclear how something so small can be carried, and I assume it can later, when delivered to its owner, be shown through a projector for images or played on another medium just for the audio perhaps. But equally, a downside with Shigawire is that it tends to cut through anything and everything. The only way to safeguard against this is to, as the Dune Encyclopedia tells us, that all parts of the Shigawire implant, whatever it might be contained in, move as a single unit. If one section moves quicker than another, then the strength of the Shigawire will cut through its container. When the messenger's body itself is used as the messenger's medium of transport, this can be very painful for the message carrier. We are told in the appendices of the first Dune novel that one way it is used is to create the Orange Catholic Bible, the central text for the faithful in the Imperium. Here the text says, "Pressers and Shigawire imprinters rolled, and the Orange Catholic Bible spread out through the worlds." Some interpreted this as a sign from God, an omen of unity. Shigawire that is used in a film book can be shown using the appendix says, the three-dimensional image from a Slido projector, using 360-degree reference signals imprinted on a Shigawire reel. Ixion Slido projectors are commonly considered the best. The Dune Encyclopedia itself also indicates another use of Shigawire by the Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. The Bene Gesserit files and documents are primarily transcriptions from minimic film, Shigawire, and imprints on Ridulian crystals. It has also been used in the Bene Gesserit archive, where there is a recording that is dubbed The Other Half of the Universe. The Dune Encyclopedia tells us it is a Shigawire voice print. This haunting work is set in the universal mind of Ganima Leto, but expresses a minority opinion of the Emperor's actions in the early formation of his power. This is attributed to Ganima Leto, the God Emperor's sister, or perhaps also an early Duncan Idaho Gola. There was also a rival to the Shigawire, the Huffle vine, a growth native to Ikaz. This was used as ropes in bonds and snares. Its length can vary from 50 to 100 meters. These vines, if disturbed, will snare around you. After this, even for a human, it's nearly impossible to get out. With the rope, a captive, if struggling, would have to remain still or find their bonds tighten to an unbearable level. So it has great applications in capturing and holding intruders. But this fibre, Crimskull, fell from popularity when Shigawire was introduced, But this popularity bounced back when Shigawire hazards became more well known. The Dune Encyclopedia tells us this is because of its extreme thinness and tensile strength. Shigawire was capable of severing the flesh that is bound at the slightest pressure. Crimskull fibre, whilst painful to those who struggled against it, was seldom fatal. Shigawire often was, but of course this vine can't be used to store information as Shigawire does, so they both have strong markets that they can be sold into. And that is the end of our video. So now friends, I turn this over to you. Are there any uses of Shigawire in the books that would have added to this video? Has your voice been imprinted on Shigawire and made into a film book? Comment down below.